They do not want this man to break Schumacher's record, and it's more than obvious at this point. It is pretty obvious. They do not want this man to break Schumacher's record. So let's go here. Let's go here. And I'm a huge F1 fan. I'm a huge Lewis fan.
Afford for... Oh, this is a good one. The FIA cannot afford for Lewis Hamilton to beat Michael Schumacher's record outright. Been evident since 2019. They've been trying. I also don't know if Ferrari will want that either, to be honest. Whether the FIA have some sort of an agenda against Lewis Hamilton, I don't know. But I don't understand why they would want to stop Lewis Hamilton from being an 8-time world champion. You know, obviously, 2021, we don't bring it up on this podcast. We do, because we're still not over it. Anyway, it still doesn't make any sense to me why you wouldn't want to have a driver to surpass that 7 world championships and have an 8-time world champion. Surely that only elevates the sport more. Isn't it great for F1 to have someone who is the driver with the most championships? I don't get it. Surely that is good for the sport. Let me know. Do drop a comment. The other aspect to that is Ferrari. Wouldn't they, surely having Lewis Hamilton, who has won world championships with McLaren, Mercedes, to come to Ferrari and be an 8-time world champion with Ferrari, surely that's great, isn't it? I don't know why that wouldn't be great. So I don't fully believe that Ferrari wouldn't want that. Yes, okay, the legacy with Michael Schumacher, but surely that's great for Ferrari. They need to win a world championship.
No, sir. What you fail to understand is the dominant society will never go against its own risk having its own legacy be eclipsed by a black man. So if he really believes that Ferrari, he can't understand why Ferrari would do this, like, sir, nobody wants this man to. The only person that generally wants him to break the record is Toto Wolff. And I hate that he left Mercedes. And I get it. Those last few years with Mercedes was very, very trying. They didn't give him the car that he wanted. Now Mercedes is doing pretty good with Kent Antonelli, the young 18-year-old kid. I believe Toto was going to turn it around and give him a car. Was going to give Lewis a car to beat Schumacher's record. And he said, no, I'm good for Ferrari, the history Ferrari. I mean, I get it, it's Ferrari. You know, what driver in F1 doesn't want to drive for Ferrari? Like, it's the Lakers of F1, you know?
They haven't won it since 2007, so surely they'll be happy with any championship, constructors, drivers, whatever. Do let me know what your thoughts are on that comment. But yeah, it just seems a bit strange why you wouldn't want a driver, whether that's Michael Schumacher.
Sir, it is not strange when it comes to dominant society. Think. Okay? It's not hard for me to figure it out.
Schumacher or Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen or whatever, to have the most championships, surely? Oh, this.
Okay. Now, I want to go here real quick. And like I said, Toto was the only person. I just wish he gave Toto one last year, because Toto was going to turn it around and give him a good car. He's going to give him a good car. And I think Lewis is like, I'm good. I'm out. I've given you, oh man. Let me find, I know I got that clip somewhere. Hold up. I know I have it. And it was a message he left for Lewis on his phone. It was a beautiful message. And I'm just like, oh man, I think when I heard that message, I'm like, oh brother, we made a mistake. When I heard that message from Toto, I said, I think we made a mistake. I think we made a mistake in leaving Mercedes.
Hi, Lewis. I'm on the go, so I thought I'd better leave you a voice note. Like always. Yeah, the moment is here. We all knew was coming. We've raced the last lap. The longest and most successful partnership in Formula One history. Who would have thought that when we started the journey? It's been a crazy ride for a boy from Stevenage who had a dream. And we shared his journey with us at Mercedes. So now, you're opening up a new chapter with Ferrari. But most important, remember one thing. Find your people. Not just the ones who work with you or sign your contract. Obviously, we know that's important. But the ones who dream with you, who fight with you, who have your back and your ear. The ones who stand with you and kneel with you. The ones who see you, including the parts you don't want seen. Who never stop believing, even when you do sometimes. Because when you find your people, don't just beat the world, you change it. And whatever the future holds, Just remember, we will always be your people, because every dream needs a team. You know it. Take care, my friend. See you on track. We are really looking forward to it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. when I heard that message, I was like, we made a mistake. And I'm watching that last season of F1, and that last season right before he left for Ferrari the next year, it was so cringe. Oh my god. He made a mistake, man. He made a mistake. Man. Damn. He made a mistake. Should have stayed with Mercedes, man. They just had to give Toto one more year, because the year that they stole the championship from him in 2021, that Mercedes car, they banned it, right? And because all the other companies are like, we'll buy can we buy the design specs from you? Oh my god, we made a mistake, Louis. We made a mistake. We should have stayed with Mercedes. We should have stayed with Mercedes. Toto had his back. Oh my god. Let's continue. Toto had his back.
Why was Charles Leclerc notified? Wait. Why was Charles Leclerc notified about Lewis Hamilton's penalty before Lewis Hamilton himself? Because according to this, Ferrari told Charles Leclerc about Lewis Hamilton's 5-second penalty before they even told Lewis Hamilton. I'm sorry, but surely the first person you tell is the driver who's actually getting the penalty, no?
And Ferrari is known for bad communication. It's always been a thing with them. I don't know what that shit is. You would think bringing in the greatest driver ever, you would work on that and get that better. Still, it's just as bad as it's ever been. My God.
He's the one who has to serve the penalty. And if he isn't stopping again, he needs to know he's got to build enough of a gap to cover the 5 seconds. Or am I just going crazy? Instead, Ferrari reportedly told...
Okay. Let's continue. I don't know who the Celtics would be of F1. Maybe Red Bull. Maybe Red Bull. Maybe. Let's continue. It just
Charles to be ahead of Lewis. I think they did that on purpose. Ferrari want Charles to be ahead of Lewis Hamilton. There have been too many little things they have let Lewis down. Obviously, this comes after Lewis Hamilton's grid penalty, where Ferrari just basically forgot to tell him that actually Oscar Piastri was on a fast lap. They told him, but a bit too late. I've seen a lot of this type of stuff online after that penalty has been given out by the FIA. And do I think Ferrari are trying to sabotage Lewis Hamilton to benefit Charles Leclerc? I don't think so.
Oh, come on, white man. It's pretty obvious. Oh my God, come on.
I think this is a typical Ferrari muck up, because I think they've done it with Charles Leclerc this year. It's just a simple thing that they've done it with Lewis Hamilton. I don't believe for a second that Ferrari trying to sabotage Lewis to benefit Charles Leclerc. I hope I'm right. Do let me know. I want to hear from you guys. Do drop a comment. I just think for me, that was a simple fact of poor communication from Ferrari. Ferrari really let Lewis Hamilton down there. But look, throughout this season, they haven't just let Lewis down, they've let Charles down. They're pretty equal when they come to actually mucking up. So yeah,
we don't care about Charles, sir. We're here to see Lewis break Schumacher's record, or at least distance himself from Schumacher. That's pretty much it.
Hear from you guys. Do drop a comment.
Come on, man. I guess to these regular white folk, they just like, they would never do that. Yeah, they would. So this is why he was hit with the fifth place, the penalty. Because he came in 0.1 kilometer per hour. 0.1. He came in too fast by 0.1 kilometer per hour. That's why he was handed the penalty. Okay? That's how fast he was coming in. 0.1 kilometer per hour. That's how bad it is. That's how much the industry, the sport of F1 is against Lewis Hamilton. Do you understand? So Lewis says, I definitely don't think We should have taken the last stop. The call came just before the pit entry, and I didn't have time to debate. You got to trust the decision that's been taken, but in hindsight, my tires were totally fine. I probably would have lost out to Max, but I think I could have kept third at least, just opened up the door to getting that penalty at the end. I think the last 3 races for me have not been great. Lots of mistakes, a lot of penalties, so I've got to work hard and to not give the stewards any more opportunities to give me penalties. Such a humble guy. I can't imagine the shit he's been holding back and not and how much he has to bite his tongue. Such a humble man. And I'm starting to hate the sport of F1. I'm starting to hate the shit now because it's so obvious what they're trying to do.
Hamilton? Lewis has now been penalized. Is the FIA targeting Hamilton? Lewis has now been penalized in back-to-back race weekends. First came the controversial Belgium penalty, despite Russell calling it a racing incident. Now, in Hungary, another penalty has dropped Hamilton from 4th to 5th. Is the FIA becoming too harsh on the 7-time world champion? Hamilton had fought brilliantly with Kimi Antonelli before the penalty changed the final result. 2 races, 2 costly decisions. Just bad luck? Or is Hamilton being judged more strictly than everyone else? Do you think the FIA is treating Lewis Hamilton unfairly, or were both penalties completely justified? Is the
Disgusting. It's disgusting. I'm really starting to be turned off from F1. Like once Lewis retires, I'm done watching it. Honestly.